Andy, I'm thirsty! It's 7 in a row! 8 in a row! Oh! Number 9. Down they go!
Hey everyone, it's Frank the Tank, and that was the Marvel Pearl. So before I even get to talking about what happened out there and what about the ball, I must first explain to you what happened at the end of that first game. As I said, I was going to explain what happened. So what happened was, for that video, I was using a Canon G7X camera. I wasn't using the G7X Mark II, which in my opinion is a much better camera than the Canon G7X, obviously. But yeah, it's a little small, lightweight camera that I was using. And the thing about that camera is that it allows you the option to record in 1080p quality. The downside, little did I know, is that it pushes down the amount of minutes of which you could record a video. So yeah, I had set it up to record 1080p quality that day, because usually I use a 720p, and I didn't know this, but when I saw that, I'm like, I'm going to try it. And then that's when I found out the hard way that it only allowed me to record 12-minute videos. So yeah, the video cut off at 12 minutes, which is what you saw like right after that spare. And yeah, I didn't know that until after I was done like with that game. I went back to look at the camera and I saw that it was done recording, and I'm like, I didn't hit the button, and then I saw that it stopped right after that spare. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that that camera pushes down on the amount of minutes. So yeah, if you record in 720p quality with that camera, it actually boosts up the amount of time. So you could record like somewhere to between 16 to 20 minute videos if you record in 720p quality. I don't know why that camera does that. If any of you own a Canon G7X, does that happen to you with that kind of camera? And then of course with the G7X Mark II, that doesn't happen. So yeah, I'm just gonna like lately any new videos that I've made, I've been recording with the G7X Mark II because obviously that's a way better camera. And I also like that it has that little flippy screen thingy so you can see yourself, especially like when you're vlogging or something like that. So yeah, that's what happened there. And another thing that I need to say before we're done talking about this whole camera issue is that I know that the video didn't necessarily look like 1080p quality, and that's because I had to render this video in 720 or something like that, because for some odd reason, I don't know why, when I tried to render it at a much higher quality, it started doing that glitchy freeze type of thing like it did, if any of you saw the IQ Tour Edition video that I recently uploaded some time ago, that where it was freezing like 2 or 3 times like in several different parts of the video. So yeah, in order to prevent that from happening, I watched the video back and I saw that it happened, so I tried to render the video at a lower quality and luckily it worked. So I'm sorry for that. I had to do what I had to do in order to ensure that the video runs through the whole thing from beginning to end smoothly. But now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the video. So I'm disappointed. I'm real disappointed because if you think about it, like any of you saw the IQ Tour Edition video and you remember what happened, I basically gave like a repeat performance. One very high game full of strikes, while the other 2 games were just plain low. So yeah, that kind of really sucks. For me personally, from the way I see it, that front 9 that I got in game 2 doesn't even make up for those 2 low games. But, you know, nobody to blame and nothing else to blame but myself, because I admit that I walked into this one massively unprepared. Foolish decision on my part. I should have taken a practice game, because for those of you who are new here, if you didn't know this, one of the reasons that I like just literally come out swinging and like, you know, like strike, 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 is because I always, before I turn the camera on, I always take a practice game to, like, you know, just to get used to the ball, just to get myself a little loosened up. But yeah, I take one practice game to, like, you know, throw a couple shots at my normal pace, and then also to hook the entire lane to prepare for that third game, of which you guys always see as part of my routine, where I hook the entire lane, and the first 2 games being at normal pace. But I didn't do that. I chose to turn on the camera and start immediately. And you could see in the first game, I was kind of a little rusty, trying to figure out, you know, exactly what path to take, the adjustments, all that. So yeah, I basically sacrificed the first game, which explains why I was kind of a low 200. And then obviously at the end of that, I was like, okay, I get it. I know what to do. I got this down. And then bam, responded with the front 9. But it's kind of unfortunate that at the end of that game, the ball just quit. I don't know what happened. Like, I swear I put a good amount on it. But the ball just didn't want to come back. I didn't throw it too right, but no, it missed the pocket and left me a 2.4810, which I was so like disappointed that I didn't even bother to try to make the effort to shoot it. You could see the ball like just went horribly off to the left, and I didn't even pick up anything. So yeah, that made for a high 250 game, I think. So yeah, and then game 3, again, going back to the part where I walked in massively unprepared. Yeah, I didn't know what to do for that third game, so I just winged it. I stood in like a spot that I usually stand when I'm hooking the entire lane, and I just tried to figure out what to do from there. So yeah, I am very sorry for being an idiot on this one. I mean, I should have taken that practice game. I guarantee you I would have had 3 high games, but I ended up with this. So yeah, I hope you like that front nine, but for me personally, I'm just disappointed with the results. But now let's go ahead and talk about the ball. Loved it as I would have expected. It's everything I thought it was. I had the confidence with that ball in my hand, despite those two low games. I just knew this was going to be a good one because I'd seen videos on it, I'd heard about it. I'd known about it for the longest time, and I just knew, like, dude, I gotta try that ball. Got it, drilled it up. I knew it. So if I had to like compare it to something, I would compare it to the High Road Pearl. But the difference is obviously being that the High Road Pearl goes long just like the Marvel Pearl, but it doesn't hook as much on the back like the Marvel Pearl does. So it has, it's much stronger. I believe the Marble Pearl has R2X, while the High Road Pearl has R2S. And of course, I think they have different weight blocks as well. So, yeah, that kind of explains it. So, I would recommend you guys that you guys get this ball, but it's discontinued. It's gone. You can't really get it anywhere. I mean, there are a couple on the internet somewhere. Like you could check eBay. They surprisingly still appear every now and then. Not like other bowling balls. They hardly appear. But this one surprisingly appears, and then if you look on Facebook, a lot of people sell them there too. And yeah, I guess the only thing that you can get that's close in comparison is the High Road Pearl. The only difference is that it doesn't hook as much, but you can make it so that it does because you could just take some of the shine off, put a little more surface on it to make it hook on the back or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's the only thing I could really recommend to you. But this ball is perfect. It's very lengthy, and you still get a good hook off the back, that for me is perfect because with the High Road Pearl, I do like the ball, but the thing with me is that I don't really like to be too right, and with that ball you have to be because it's too lengthy and it doesn't hook as much. But with this one, I can be a little bit more left because it hooks a little more on the back, so it's very, very nice. So that's really all I have to say on it, and I don't know, maybe I might do it again because it might come to bother me later on down the road if I look back at it, those two low games. But I don't know. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm Frank the Tank. That was the Marvel Pearl. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.